everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. I'm also 48 years old and I'm going through perimenopause. And welcome to the Fall Reset series. This is video number 4. And today we are going to focus on our next treatment in this Fascia Release with Microcurrent series. And that is working around the eyes and in the forehead. So before we get started, just a couple of things. Neurotris, it looks like they're coming out with a handheld microcurrent device. Looks like it's going to be like a pico toner, but in the handheld version. I got a notification that they posted a new short, so I watched it and I'm going to play it for you right here. And if you follow along with Neurotris on their YouTube channel, which I'm not sure any of you do, they don't really post things on there very often, but that's where you go for their instructional videos for this unit, by the way, with Jane Mann. They have them posted on there. And a couple of other pico toner videos, professional videos, training videos. There's even videos, if you dive deep in their channel, that you can figure out all the different ways on how to use the pico toner. But the version that they're using in those videos is version 1, not version 2, which version 1 is different. So version 1, both programs are full 30 minutes long, and version 1 you have the 2 ports to be able to use 2 accessories at the same time. Now let's look at this handheld microcurrent device. It looks similar to the MyoLift QT. Now I reached out to them to see if I can get more information on this and when it will be available. I haven't heard back from them yet. I just filled out a form on their website and we'll see what happens. I'm sure others have reached out to them, but I'm hoping that it will be available to everyone and just not professionals. So we will see, but if this releases, maybe it'll be their holiday special this year instead of maybe releasing this unit, or maybe they're going to release both, but I so want that. I'm super excited for this device because, as you guys know, Neurotris is my favorite microcurrent devices. They have a patented microcurrent. It's called dynamic microcurrent, and it gives intelligent feedback. It can sense your skin impedances, and that way you always get a microcurrent treatment where other microcurrent devices don't sense the skin impedance, and you're not getting the full potential of the currents in the skin. So you should read up on a dynamic microcurrent, and there's videos on it on Neurotris's channel, but nobody can copy their microcurrent technology. Now, I have off from work today. Yesterday, I got home really late from work, and that's why this treatment is delayed. And I'm a little bit slow today because I did not sleep well last night. Misha kept me up all night. It's been raining here, which I'm so happy to see. And also, I was trying to, catch up on my sleep after I didn't sleep well. I've been just kind of dozing off in and out. And then I just finally decided to get up, perform my block therapy. I did some vibration plate right after that. I haven't done the sauna blanket. I don't know if I'm going to do the sauna blanket today because I have a full day of work tomorrow and I don't want to go through the detox flu anymore. But I still might do it later tonight before bed because it will help relax me. We'll see. I do have my Apres hair treatment in my hair, so I'm going to leave this in all day long. And I did shave my face prior to this because Thursdays are my face shaving day. So I cleansed my skin with the Prequil cleanser. I used that today instead of an enzyme cleanser because last night I did my Sama Green Rooibos APB11 exfoliant. This is a gentle resurfacing toner. I did that last night. I love that for exfoliation for my skin because my skin is so sensitive. Okay, so what did I apply to my skin? I did my Victoria Deanne Peptides as per usual. Since I did shave my face, I did add in Pepti Repair. So I first went in with Lift, then tone. Elastin and Elastin, Pepti-Lift, and Tone are really good for this treatment around the eyes because we're going to be working up here in the brows a lot. We're going to be working in the procerus, the corrugator, and right in through here and these brows, and then we're going to be working the forehead. But you know, if you have hooded eyes or sagginess right in through here or even underneath the eyes, Elastin's really good for that. And then so is Repair too, by the way. Repair I use because I shaved my face today and my skin can be a little bit sensitive. And since we are using gloves, it might be sensitive. What do I want to tell you? Okay, so you can, if you don't have the Neurotris Special Edition, you can use your Jane Mann Professional Lift Unit. You can use your Pico Toner. So for the Jane Mann Professional Lift Unit, you're going to use program 1, which is for working in the skin and the connective tissue, fascia. And then you could use P2 in your Pico Toner. You just might, when you're doing these treatments, you want to just probably bump it up a little bit so it can reach down into that connective tissue. But you don't necessarily want to feel this in the skin. But you can probably bump it up like 5 or 10% compared to what you normally use it on your skin. Try it, see if it works for you. If it's uncomfortable, you can always turn it down. But P2 would be the program that you would use on your Pico Toner. And then if you have a MyoLift device, you'd want to use Erase for this. I personally don't like using the MyoLifts for working in the fascia. I remember in the past when I had my MyoLift devices, I tried to work my fascia in with the Erase program, and it really made my skin look saggy because the MyoLift isn't made to work in the fascia. It's meant to work in the muscle, so it's more about really stretching the muscle versus working in the connective tissue. So that's just my personal thing, but if you do have a MyoLift device and you don't have a Neurotris device, I would suggest turning your Erase program down to a lower level. I think like maybe like 150 to or under microamps. Test it and see how it feels for your skin. Now, I'm not going to use the gloves today that came with the unit. These gloves are a little bit scratchy for me. I still like them. I like that they're thin. I am going to use the gray gloves here, which these I purchased, and these are cheap. I think these are like $95, but these are way more conductive than the black gloves. So I have them soaking in the water here. They're also softer. These are great to use on the body too, by the way, but these are going to be more conductive than the black ones that come with your unit. Both are great gloves. They're both patented technology as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on. The only thing I would say with these gray gloves is that they do run large. I got the size medium, and they are a bit too big for me, and they come down pretty far on my wrists. That's why I'm glad that I have these longer gloves that are meant for hairstylists here. But they also are big at my fingertips, so sometimes when you're doing movements on the face, they can slip and slide. So if these fit your hands perfectly, then I would order a small in these. Like I said, these are just a tad bit too small for me, just a tad. And I picked up the medium, and I wish I would have gotten the small in these. So now these ones, you want a baby because they are very, very expensive, where these you can pick them up, a little bit cheaper. They have deals on those usually. I think I have another pair of those. Remember, I had to throw one pair away because I ripped out the silver threads by accidentally taking off my Pico Toner for my wrist from the strap one day. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm going to snap my gloves on, and we're going to do a little warm up on the face. I'm hydrated. I have been drinking a lot of water this morning. I did my Block Thearapy, did vibration plate therapy, and I also have taken my electrolytes. So I'm going to go on P1, and I am going to start out with just 30%. And again, we are just going to work this all over the face first. We're going to energize the face. Yeah, these are definitely more conductive. I can feel this more. So I'm turning this down. Yeah, I'm turning it down to 25%. So yeah, these are definitely more conductive than the black gloves. So I'm just gonna come over and work this beautiful current all over my face, my neck, on my eyes. And these are much softer on the skin versus being scratchy, by the way. So if you are noticing that you have issues with the black gloves being too rough on your skin, then I would pick up these gloves right here. Wow, I can really feel the current with this. Okay, we're gonna have to turn this way down when we're working over the eyes because it's gonna be too strong for me. So after I do this treatment, since I'm home today being lazy, I am going to do the Numbuzin mask after this. I haven't had much time to do that mask because I've been so busy that I haven't had time to throw on a mask and leave it on for a good amount of time. And I want to do that mask and leave it on probably for about 40 minutes. And I'll show you what it is after we're done with the treatment. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of go around my collarbone here. Since I haven't, if I didn't do this treatment yesterday, I'm just re-energizing everything, kind of warming up the skin. Just gonna come and do these stretches all over a couple times. Yeah, these gloves are so much softer. And remember, if you have a mild lift device, you can't work over the center of your neck there. Oof. And when you're working over the center of your neck, you don't want to do holds here or hang out in the area. It's just mainly we just want to glide over the area. Oh, this machine, I always know where my fascia adhesions are. I really feel it right in here. Okay, so now let's do the eyes. So I am going to, we'll leave it on 25%. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to kind of work in this area and kind of stretch in here very lightly. And just remember, we are using a pressure of 2. And the reason why I'm doing this before we go over into the eyes is because I do have sinus issues, especially with allergies. And this is a good way to loosen up the area with the fascia adhesions to help open up that lymph and the sinuses. I remember, I think the last video I forgot to do this on this side when we were working the mid-face. Okay, I'm just gonna go in here, kind of stretch this out a little bit. Okay, so I do have to turn this down again, so 20%. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take 2 fingers right here, and I'm just going to take these fingers. I'm going to start at the inner corner and very lightly just brush underneath the eyes. So you can do these movements 3 to 5 times. And I need some love underneath my eyes, because underneath my eyes, I'm noticing some changes that I don't like. Right here in the inner corners, I'm getting those little fine lines and wrinkles, and I do not like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take 2 fingers. I'm going to just come over here, and we're just going to stretch the corner of the eye here. So I'm going to work on one eye. Well, first, after I do this, we're going to work on the procerus, and then we're going to go into the corrugator on one eye. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to start right here and start right here, and we are just going to stretch right up and through here slowly. And we're going to take this top hand all the way up into the forehead, and the bottom hand is going to go just to the tip of the nose. So this is going to be really good if you're getting those bunny lines. And I'll show you my issue. My issue is I get this scrunch mark right here. I don't frown a lot, but what I do is I squint my eyes a lot, because since I have blue eyes, my eyes are sensitive to light. Now, anywhere that you feel some pain or uncomfortability, that means you have adhesions there and you're over a pressure point. Just hang out there and hold for a little bit. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, take my fingers over here, and I'm going to kind of stretch right here in the inner corner, which is the corrugator. And I'm going to take my lower hand and we're going to go trace it down over that lymphatic line. Same thing with the top hand. We're just going to kind of trace over here and follow the lymphatic flow. Again. I already feel this side opening up in my sinuses. I think that was 4. We're going to do 5 on each. I'm losing count. So you can do like 3 to 5 passes. Okay, so next what we're going to do is I'm going to anchor right here. And I'm going to take my 2 fingers and hook one finger up underneath the brow bone here, and then one above, and just kind of go the opposite direction. Oh God, this feels so good. Okay, and I'm going to do this 5 times. This is going to be really good for this skin because this area doesn't get much love. And if you have hooded eyes, you're going to really notice a difference right in through here. Okay, I keep losing count. I'm getting right underneath that brow As you can see, this is hooked underneath here. Really getting in there into that muscle, releasing that tension. Oh, right when I get into this inner corner, so sore, pressure point right there. So I can hang out here if I wanted to. Go in a little bit more. Hopefully this will, oh, I already see a difference. I always have a puffy pocket here, and I already see a difference there. Can you see? It looks lifted already. Okay, we're gonna go back one more time. And you could do this eye routine every day if you wanted to. So right here where this finger is, that you see me wiggling, I feel adhesion in there. Okay, so do you see how that's lifted? And that's just because we're working in the fascia. I'm not lifting. I'm not even using a program to lift. I'm using a program to work in the connective tissue to release the adhesions. This is how influential fascia is on your muscles. So if you have these adhesions, work in your fascia, and you're going to notice that you spend less time lifting and toning. With microcurrent, you can do those holds and you're going to see a bigger difference because fascia influences where the muscle is going to land, okay? So if you have tight fascia, everything's going to droop down and that muscle is going to go along with that fascia. You have to release those adhesions so that muscle can be reprogrammed to go back to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we're going to come over here with these two fingers. Take a couple fingers starting from the inner corner, and we're going to brush out. So that's 2, 3, 4, I don't know why I'm opening my mouth. Okay, now we're just going to come over here and stretch this area. See, this is why I decided to break these treatments up, just so it's easier just to focus on one area at a time versus doing the whole routine. You can do the whole routine if you wanted to, but I would just expect to be here for over an hour. Okay. I think I went one extra. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to work on this area. So 2 fingers here, 2 fingers on, we're starting at the beginning of the brow and in the corner of the eye. And we are just going to follow. This one is really, really, really painful for me. I'm really feeling some sensation in here from this. Right at the beginning of my brow. Ooh. Maybe I'm just going to hang out here for a second. And I wouldn't be surprised if after this you could see a little bit better too. Because when you have these fascia adhesions over around your eyes, it can affect your eyesight too. Okay, I think that was 3. Okay. 4. Our last one. Okay, and then I'm gonna anchor right here, and we're gonna come over here, get up right underneath that muscle in the brow. See how I'm in there? And then go the opposite direction. Oh, this feels so good. At any point where you feel that tenderness, you can hold there for a few seconds. I feel that loosening up. It feels amazing. Too bad I'm not wearing makeup today. I'd love to see how my eyeshadow will turn out. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Yay. Okay, so now we're gonna spend some love here on the corrugator. So I'm just gonna place 2 fingers right here. First, I'm gonna just take this finger and I'm gonna go up here in the center. And then I'm gonna come up right over here, go out, and then right here, and go out, and come over here, go out. I feel my sinuses draining in the back of my throat. Then come over here. Okay, so I'm gonna come back over here, do this one. Then we're gonna come over here, do this one, come up, and over here. And then over here. And this is all working on your 11s, okay? Last one. Like right here, I'm tender and I can hold here for a few seconds and then move out. And then come up over here. Same thing, tender spot here. And come up here. Okay. The sun is coming out now. Okay. Next, we're going to work on the forehead. So I'm going to take 3 fingers right here in the center. And I'm just going to put 3 fingers. And then we are just going to work our way out all the way to the temple. And I'll go right up here a little bit more in the hairline too. I'm just gonna take this 1 finger because I didn't get that in the hairline. So I'm just gonna work in there. Okay, and take the opposite hand. Now I'm gonna take all 4 fingers and just work this whole section. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to go up this way. Going to come back at the opposite way. Okay. Same thing on this side. You probably really feel this right in your hairline. I felt it more on that left side. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is you can take your hand here, put it right in your hairline, and then just take this hand and we're going to go up here. And I'm lifting this up, by the way. Okay, next spot. And remember, hair is conductive and mine is damp from that Apres treatment. I could actually take the gloves and work in my scalp too, by the way, but I'm not going to do that because I have hair product in there. If I was just out of the shower, then I would take these gloves and give myself a scalp massage. Just something that to note that you can do that with the Neurotris microcurrent devices too. Okay. You can use your Mann Lymph and do holds in your scalp, or you can take your gloves when your hair is wet and give yourself a nice scalp massage. Okay, see how everything just looks more lifted? I'm like looking at myself in the mirror right now. Looks great. My eyes look bigger, open and awake. Okay, so let's just do our final brushing of the skin. I'm just gonna hold this over everything again because it just feels so good. It really makes your skin glow. Okay, so that is it for this treatment. I'm gonna turn off my special edition unit. Look at how beautiful my skin looks. That's one thing I will say about this unit. Even though this P1 is focused on the fascia, the glow that it gives your skin is just so beautiful. Man, Neurotris knows how to make microcurrent that truly works in the skin and not just the muscles. Wow. Look at how, I just cannot get over how gorgeous my skin looks like right now. If you know, you know. Okay, so this unit is not available right now, as I've mentioned, but I'm going to mention it again. This is a special edition. It's a limited edition. They make only 50 units at a time. And I know it's been available for the last 3 years. I don't know if it's going to be available this year. We will see, but usually when Neurotris comes out with this, it's usually during around Black Friday. And when I picked up mine, it was 2 years ago, and it was available at the end of October, and then they sold out like around Thanksgiving. So we'll see if this one comes out. As soon as I find out about the new handheld, if that's, even for sure gonna make it, I'm gonna do a hand treatment while I talk to you guys, because this really made me feel so good the other day. But if I hear anything about that handheld unit, I will let you guys know. And as far as microcurrent goes, this is it for this week. So do these treatments. I would suggest doing it a little bit, especially if you haven't performed microcurrent for a little bit. If you're not, regularly working in your fascia, I would spend like the next week or two just practicing these movements, like do a section every day, then take a couple days off and then do it again just to really work on those adhesions. If you don't have block therapy, I would suggest looking into block therapy just so that you can, I'm turning this on and I'm letting the current run through my hands so I can do a quick hand treatment. I would suggest looking into block therapy because that's the best way to release your fascia adhesions. But block therapy isn't for everyone. It is painful. If you've ever had a deep tissue massage and they get on a knot, that's how painful it can be. But I love it. It makes me feel so good. And when you're first starting out, you can go through a detox period, especially if you haven't ever had a massage, or if you've had a massage before and say like it's been a while and then, the next day or later in that evening, you feel like crap because of all the toxins that are releasing out of your muscles. The same thing can happen with block therapy, because I like to refer to it as like a deep tissue massage, but we're focusing on an area for 3 minutes, really trying to melt through those adhesions versus just rubbing and staying on that knot for a few seconds. And like I said, it's painful, but it's so worth it. Like I feel so much better. Like I said, I'm more fluid. My posture is getting better. I wasn't in pain today for the first time when I woke up. I haven't woken up pain-free in months. And today when I was practicing it, I was just like telling myself, I cannot get out of this practice because I feel so good. And then the other night, the last time I came on here, and I mentioned that I was going through that detox period, I had the detox flu, and I felt like crap all day. Well, after I finished with using the Neurotris Special Edition and doing those movements with you guys, I felt so good. And that's a number one reason why I love Neurotris microcurrent devices too, is I've mentioned that feel-good energy. Like every time I get done with a treatment, I feel so good. Like after this, like even though this is relaxing, like I feel like I want to go do something now. It just makes me feel so good all over my body, and it really helps with my skin in turn. That's why I say, don't forget to use these on your body too. Now you can do work without the liners, but just so you know, your current's not going to be as strong as it is with the liners, because it's going to be focusing going through your body more versus in the targeted areas. But I can still feel this on my skin. So just so you guys know. So, yeah, that is it for this video. I'm rambling. I got so energized from this treatment. Looks so good. I'm going to go and do my Numbuzin NAD Bio Sheet Mask. And I'm going to leave that on my skin for about 40 minutes. And then I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll be back this weekend. And we'll do like something different for content. I was thinking about going over my favorite skincare products. I don't know. I'll think about it. And another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I dropped 10 pounds this week. remember I was telling you that I have been so bloated and inflamed? Well, it happened, I noticed on Tuesday, after I was done through here, I felt thinner. And then yesterday when I put my work clothes on, they were so loose on me, and they haven't felt that loose in such a long time. So it's like all that bloating is going away. All that fluid I have been retaining is going away from what I've been doing. And then also, there was one other thing I was going to tell you. I jumped on the scale and I lost 10 pounds. So I was so happy about that. But of course, that's all that fluid that has been trapped in my body. But I will continue to update you guys. Leave me some suggestions of what else you'd like to see during this series. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel when you like my videos. And I know you're gonna love this treatment because look at my eyes. They just look so much better than what they did before. All right, mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye everyone.